Beauty Turquoise. We'll let you know there's a dozen of those left. Let you know when it's gone. Okay, we're gonna move right along to the necklace that I have been wearing. And this beautiful necklace is a choker. It's a 2-in-1 choker. So handcrafted, you can actually wear it long or you can wear it short. We have small, medium, or large in this. So let me just make sure we still have all of them available. Do we still have small, medium, or large? Okay, so we do. So the small is 12 inches with a 2-inch extender. The medium is 13 inches with a 2-inch extender. And the large is 14 inches with a 2-inch extender. We have 3 left in large. So you just decide, you know, what size you really need to wear. And we can wear it as a choker or we can drop it down a little bit more. I guess that's why they call it the 2-in-1.
I like this because of the look to it. It looks like different types of fans that are on your necklace. And the artisan here is Tim Yazzie. For what he says is that when he got this inspiration, it comes from the different types of birds throughout the world. And a long time ago, before man had come to Earth, the birds were the most powerful beings. And so they had come to a meeting together and they were trying to arrange who was going to be what their role would play throughout the world. And so when the birds were coming together and talking, there was this one little particular bird called the flicker bird that was trying to get in and put his 2 cents in. And so what the eagle was trying to tell him was that, you know, we're trying to have this big meeting, but the flicker bird was just like, you know, what can I do for you? What can I do? So all the other birds were getting annoyed. So they told him, you know, what you could do is you can fly to the sun and come back and, you know, we'll tell you what you're going to do. So what he did was he flew to the sun as fast as he could, and so they thought that he was gone because they didn't see him. So out from behind the bird, they come this big crash and throughout the ground, and so they thought the flicker bird had just vanished. And so when they were looking into the ground, they were thinking, oh, he was gone. So the flicker bird just popped out right behind them and said, you know, what else can I do for you? And from the back of his tail feathers, it was bright red because he touched the sun. And so the eagle was so amazed about what this little bird had done is that he told him, what you're going to do is you're going to continue to heal our people. You're going to heal the people that are coming to Earth, and plus the people that you're going to heal the other birds. You're going to be used in ceremonies. You're going to bless people around you. So that's where his inspiration comes from, is from the birds throughout the world.
Okay, they made me take mine off because we only have 28 of these left. So we're looking at this on Sue right now. Gosh, it's beautiful. And it did sell out at a higher price point. Actually, it sold out, well,